Hi students, this is AR and you are watching my YouTube channel AR English Lab. Today we are going to explain stanza number 5 of the poem Church Going by Philip Larkin. Let's start. A shape less recognizable each week, a purpose more obscure. Obscure means fade away, unclear. Students, the explanation of these lines is that the poet Philip Larkin says that the churches are going less recognizable with the passing of every week. The reason is that the people don't come here. They are no more religious minded to seek the blessings of God. Further, the poet says even the purpose of these churches is also fading away. Like the purpose of church is to get a relationship between man and God, but people don't do it. If some people visit these churches, their aim is to get worldly desires from God, not the blessings of God. This is really unpleasant in the eyes of poet. Students, this is the explanation of these lines. Now we move next. I wonder who will be the very last, to seek this place for what it was. Seek means search for. The explanation of these lines is that the poet says that he is surprised who will be the last visitor to visit a church and who will be there to know what is the purpose of visiting a church, like it is to get divine blessings. This is the explanation of it. Now we come towards the lines. One of the crew, the tap and jot and to know what rude lofts were. Crew means member of a group. Rude lofts means gallery of a church. It will be someone who will be interested in the buildings of church, like how are they constructed, etc. and etc. Like the poet wants to say that the future visitor of a church will not visit it for a religious purpose, but he will be interested in the buildings of church, as they are the fine examples of construction. So he will visit them just for this purpose. This is the explanation of these two lines. Now we come towards next line. Some ruin Bible, Randy for antique or Christmas addict, counting on a whiff. Ruin means destruction, not in good form. Bible means drunkard. Randy for antique means lover of antique. Christmas addict means will indulge in the habit of celebrating Christmas. These are the meanings. In these lines, the poet says that the visitor of a church in future will not visit it for a religious purpose, but it will be any drunkard, not in good state, or maybe someone will visit just for the love of antique. Or it may be someone indulged in the habit of celebrating a Christmas, or someone to come counting on a whiff. Counting on a whiff means to get rest on the occasion of Christmas, to get relaxed. Of groan and bands and organ pipes and myrrh, or will he be my representative? Myrrh means a fragrant tree or a fragrant bush. The explanation of this line is that the poet says someone will visit church in future only for musical instruments and only in search of a particular fragrant tree or a fragrant bush. But he will not visit church to get divine blessings. Or will he be my representative? My representative means the visitor of the future will be like the poet. As the poet is unaware of his visit to a church, he will be the same. This is the explanation of it. Now we move towards the next answer. Bored, uninformed, knowing the ghostly silt. Slit wrong. This is silt. S-I-L-T. Dispersed yet tending to this cross of ground. Ghostly silt means spiritual soil, means soul. Tending means look after. Students, the explanation of these two lines is that the poet says that the church visitor will be a person like bored, unknown to the things, and will be in search of soul. Further, the poet says that the visitor will be dispersed, but in spite of it, he will look after the church, the cross, etc. and etc. This is the explanation of these two lines. Now we move next. Through suburb, scrub, because it held unspoiled so long, and equably, what sense is found? Through suburb. Suburb means town. Scrub means bushes. Students, in these lines, Larkin says that one will try to clean the church to make it free from bushes. Even it will happen in future too. So long they just come to know that the church are only for means for what? Like we come towards next line to learn about it. Only in separation, marriage and birth and death, and thoughts of these, for which was built this special shell. Special shell means building of a church. In these lines, the poet asks either the church are built only for separation between husband and wife, giving name to a newborn baby, funerals, and such types of other thoughts. Directly or indirectly, he wants to say that churches are not for these purposes, but they are built to get the will of God. This is the explanation of it. Now we move next. For though I have no idea what this accoted frosty ban in what. Accoted means splendid. Frosty means not good, full of bad smell. Ban means barren. In these lines, Philip Larkin says that he does not have any idea about the building of church, for what this splendid barren building is for. In other words, he wants to say that this building should be used to worship, but it is just left barren. This is the explanation. Now we move next. It pleases me to stand in silence here. A serious house on serious earth it is. In these two lines, the poet says that he is in the church and it pleases him because he is in the house of God. And the building of church is serious on this serious earth. This is the explanation of it. In whose blent air all our compulsions meet, are recognized and robbed as destinies. Blend means mixture. Compulsions means pressure, but here it means needs. In these lines, the poet says that in the church, people meet their desires. They just get the solutions of their problems. Further, he says that our problems are recognized here and our destinies are lined in church. Then the poet says, and that much never can be obsolete. Obsolete means give up. Obsolete means give up. In the last line of this stanza, the poet says that wishes of the people can never be fulfilled. So they will keep on going to these churches. Now we move towards the last stanza of this poem, Church Going by Philip Larkin. Since someone will forever be surprising a hunger in himself to be more serious and gravitating with it to this ground. Gravitating means attraction. Actually, in these lines, poet says that someone will ever be surprised like him, like a poet. Because the importance of church will never be reduced, and as far as man is in trouble, he will keep himself in touch to these churches, which he once heard was proper to grow wise in, if only that so many did lie around. Students, in these lines, the poet says that many graves in graveyard are the ways to get wisdom. And this graveyard is in church. So church can be a place to be wise only when to remember the sayings of these vile people lie around. Students, this is the explanation of the poem Church Going by Philip Larkin. I'm sure you get it well. Please subscribe my YouTube channel AR English Lab. Thank you. Bye-bye.